Hey, it's your digital sister, the Mia Marie, the one and only on the YT. And today, baby, I just want to start out with a little disclaimer. For anybody that is in their 20s, let me just say, just because you're in your 20s does not mean that you have to entertain nonsense, okay? You can outgrow people, places, things, and habits seamlessly without anybody trying to bring it up and make you feel bad for you just outgrowing and trying to become a better version of yourself. So, sit down with me as we do a chit chat and makeup today while I talk about the 10 things in my 20s thus far that I feel like I don't tolerate anymore because I feel like I am about to be almost 25 and who got time for that? So sit back, relax, grab your snacks, and let's get into it.
Hoping that we see some millions, God bless our hearts. Use your heart and not your life. Maybe just relax your mind. It's you inside the night outside.
Now, I have my whole setup in my bathroom here. So I've got my handy dandy mirror here that I'm going to use because I can't see myself. For number one, people who only come around when they need something. I am a person that is very aware that like when somebody is trying to be a user, they kind of make you feel guilty or make you feel bad for them and things like that. And it's like, it'd be hurting because you want to do for them, but like after so many times of seeing that they're misusing you, there's a good way and a bad way to use people. The good and bad way of using people is we are all here to learn from each other. That is a good use. A good use of learning and obtaining information and data that is helpful to pass forward. Bad use is misusing people and using it to get ahead. You know, we have family members, we have friends, we have people who you don't feel that genuine love that like, if I needed you, would you come through for me? It's more of a one-sided relationship, and I feel like that's wrong. A lot of times people are like, oh, so you're not gonna do for me? It's not that I won't do for you, baby, but I know it's not gonna do no good if I do. And that's okay. It's okay to say no. I think learning to say no is very important. And that's another thing that I had to learn in my 20s as well, that sometimes saying no may bring out the worst in somebody, but that just goes to show that you have a personal love for yourself, and you understand that like if I say yes and I continue to say yes, this is gonna drain me. So no. Number two, things that we don't need to entertain in our 20s. Jobs that drain your soul but pay you dust. I had to sign NDAs and things on this one warehouse job, but y'all probably all know what warehouse job it is because it is the number one most lowest rated place to work in America, in a warehouse job. When I was there, I was harassed. I couldn't even go on a bathroom break. And while like they have increased their pay as of recently, I'm telling you, I don't care what job it is. There is no job worth the suffrage. There's no job worth like suffering through. You're literally taking your health and jeopardizing it over a half-ass check. 2 and 2 don't equal 3. It don't. It's never going to. So, still have it to this day. NARS, I gotta get some more of you, but baby, you're expensive. You're expensive, so I won't be getting more until I get my next check. But in the meantime, I got some Maybelline Urban Cover. That's what I'm working with right now. I understand that we are in this like social sphere right now where hustler culture is so looked highly upon, but it's really doing some disservice to us in our 20s of people that we're looking on social media. And I explained this in my video before, and I'll leave the card up here if you want to take a look at that video. Hustle culture is good in the sense of, oh, you're working, you're actively like chasing your dreams, but the downside of that is you're not taking care of your physical health or your mental health. You're chasing a bag over prioritizing yourself, and that can get fairly dangerous. So situationships can never serve you, and they won't go no farther than what you think they gonna go. Yeah, I had a situationship. I've talked about it. I'll leave another card here. Honestly, really shifted my dating in my 20s. So I just want to get to know you. All those things are fine. But a goal in mind needs to be created with, we're getting to know each other, but you won't gain access to certain things. If you get what I'm saying. Not only, I think we always look at the other person and we're like, well, what do you bring to the table? But at the same time, if you haven't got over like past trauma with relationships, and let me tell you something, if a man ever tells you that by you being around him, that he healed you to go back to his ex.
Run for your life! They're trying to take your light! It's fuel! They're vampires! They're fucking vampires! Run! Oh my god, the devil's in your house! Run!
No man should ever use you to heal themselves to basically use you to go back to their ex. Never, never, never. And I don't care who stayed in the relationship. I don't care the length of time. I don't care the purpose. Like, no human being should use another human being as their punching bag to go back to their ex. You're a horrible human being. Like, it's really just that simple. You're playing with people's emotions. You're swapping literal DNA with somebody, all for you to sit up there and say,
I think you healed me so I could go back to my ex.
The fuck? Like, run, baby girl. Run. You are deserving of clarity. You are deserving of peace. And you are deserving of a person that genuinely wants to get to know you, all your flaws, your family, and the things that come with you and make you as the person that you are. We glorify whole culture, that it's okay to go jump around and be with all these different people. I have a different perspective on that. Right now, we're in a space where a lot of health concerns are being raised. We won't have access to certain things now from the big, beautiful bill that was recently passed. So there's a lot of red flags that come with being in situationships nowadays. It's really best to really take your time and to really get to know what are you getting yourself involved with, because honestly, you will never truly know what you're getting yourself involved with, because people evolve and they do things, and sometimes they do it just for the plot. Do you want to be a part of a movie film? Friendships that feel one-sided is my next one. That's number 4. I recently saw a video of some girls that had went to Miami. We weren't allowed to go into this club because they were saying that basically we weren't fitting, the theme of the club. And she was like, we're all wearing like club attire. We're wearing what a lot of the girls wear out here for club attire. And this one guru decided to say that basically the girls' friends, like only one of the girls fit the aesthetic of what the clubs are like out in Miami. Sometimes you can't bring certain homegirls with you because you're not going to be able to get into certain spaces.
Y'all, I'm trying to figure out why I'm in the middle of Miami. Literally at what time?
It's 12:44.
At 12:44, we go to a club called Mona. Do you know this club told me I'm too dark and too thick? Didn't let her in because she's too thick. Dark? What's really going on, Miami? All too dark to get in the club?
In a major city, New York, Miami, LA, right? Within these cities, there's this unspoken rule when you go out with your girls, okay? Depending what circle you run in, there's an unspoken rule. Some girls may cherry pick their friends. Like, we're going to the spot in New York, we're going to the spot in LA. I can only take Sarah, Amanda, and Tiara. Maybe I can only take those 3 girls because I know Sarah, Amanda, and Tiara is gonna come with it. That means they're always dressed up, they're always done up, right? They keep their makeup on, the body is tea. So these girls are put together. Then in other cities, it's not only about being put together, right? You may have to have a certain body, okay? And I'm not just saying a flat stomach. You might need a flat stomach, you might need a BBL or a BBLS butt, and you might need, 2 watermelons on your chest. At all. But it also raises a hard truth. In cities like LA, New York City, and Miami, access isn't just about status and money. It's about how closely you fit to the dominant beauty standard within a city, within a state. And that standard isn't neutral. It's filtered through race, size, texture, tone, and even energy. Discrimination is never okay. Racism is never okay. But let's talk about what it teaches us about status, proximity, and power in image-driven spaces. Veiling. It forces the question, do you adapt to the culture of the city you're in? Or do you move where you're celebrated and not tolerated?
All because you're saying that like your homegirl doesn't fit into this aesthetic to get into a club, you need to leave her at the house? No, because then you get into this whole thing of I'm now seeking friends based on an aesthetic, not based on morals, no values, as a friendship, as a bond, as a sisterhood. It's now, oh, you look cute enough. You look like Ari Fletcher. So I'm going to add you to my friend group of girlfriends that when I want to go out to, Florida, or I want to go out to Cali, like I know I'm going to get in the clubs because you fit that. Huh? Number 5, over explaining your worth. It's really just that simple. You try to prove yourself to a person, whether it be a friendship or relationship. You be like, hey, like I am a valuable partner. I come to the table with all these different things. You shouldn't have to sell yourself as the package. You are the package. When a person decides that they want to come up to you and engage in a platonic or romantic relationship, they should be able to see those values in you. You should not have to beg to get a bone and say, oh, I'm worth all these different things. Why won't you just see that? If they can't see your worth, step, baby. But if you ain't loved in that space, it's time to go. It's time to pack up them bags and hit the road, Jack, and don't come back no more. That was a little dramatic, but sometimes you gotta get dramatic on these hoes. Number 6 is toxic family dynamics. Just because they are your family does not mean that they have the right to disrespect you. Boundaries are a thing. And if that family member like loves you like they say they do, they will respect your boundaries and understand that like you don't have to jump to their beck and call. You don't have to tolerate name calling, disrespect, gaslighting. You don't have to tolerate any of that. If you and a person get into it and y'all can't be like, okay, agree to disagree, we just gonna call it that and leave it alone, then honestly, you don't have no business talking to that person. I kind of feel like if a person can't respect you, then they should lose access to you. And it's just that simple. I will tell anybody that. So anybody that see it, they take offense to it, I don't really know what to tell you about that. I'm going to also do my hair too because I got somewhere I got to go. Living for social media validation, honestly, it's short-lived. It really is. A lot of people think that like your life is going to change the minute you hit 100,000 views. It is life-changing. I won't discredit the internet and say that it's not. But I will also say that don't lose yourself for clicks and likes and views. We all have to play these, algorithmic games, but you still have to have like a realness to you. And I said this before that I felt like we're heading in that direction, that people are really wanting more real life content. Realistically, like this whole I got 100 racks, all this stuff, and you actually struggling and done took out several credit cards and several loans just to keep up, and then you lose it all. What you gonna do when the camera come on and we seen you in a Lamborghini last week, but this week you're in a Subaru? Staying in the same place out of fear of starting over. I have done this before. I've had a back and forth about wanting to leave the state that I'm currently living in. And honestly, it's more so like, will I be capable of starting over? Am I able to be in this environment and thrive? Will I be able to find friends there? I've basically scared myself into feeling like I'm not gonna be able to make it in these places. But you have to have the willpower to jump off the porch. If it doesn't work, the worst case scenario, you move back home. Ooh, number 10 is my favorite one. Let's get into it. Being afraid to be seen, starting small. I will talk about the being afraid to be seen. Obviously, with this YouTube channel, I've just now started to become more consistent. And I've already gained 3 subscribers. Some people, they know the art of putting fear in somebody's heart, or putting this sense of rejection in somebody's heart. You're not going to make it. You're not going to do it. You're not going to be capable. You aren't as big as what you think you are. You're not going to be able to reach new heights. You know what I say to those people? Well, maybe, just maybe, If you weren't so afraid to go out and testing those new heights, you would be in the place or more than I would be too. And if you did happen to get there, I would applaud you. I would congratulate you because I'm not a hater. But bashing me and my dreams of where I'm going, because some people might be like, oh, you're trying to do YouTube. It's so saturated. I don't know why you're trying to do that. That's not really a career field. Somebody said to me, they were like, yeah, so when you become a lawyer, I said, I don't know what I want to become. I said, but whatever the God that I serve wants to use me for is exactly what we gonna do. That's what we gonna go with. So if that's me being on YouTube, that's what it's gonna be. If that's me wanting to be a pilot that jumps from planes every Tuesday, that's what we gonna do. But ain't nobody gonna stop me from that mission, I'll tell you that. If that's my purpose and that's what God done told me that's what I need to be doing, I wish He would try to stop me from my purpose. That's a dangerous game. Hopefully, the 10 things that I feel like we should not entertain in our 20s helped you out, or kind of give you a little bit of more peace of mind that A, you are not the only person going through it, and B, that the world does not stop just because your habits or the things that you've outgrown, you're no longer tolerating. It may be a little bit of a dishevel to some, but it's not the end of the world. So if you like this video, you already know what to do. Talk to me down in the group chat, friends, and I am going to see you in the next video. Love y'all.